Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanics. So I'm working on the next major feature of this sucker. This guy's a big, giant, pain in the ass kind of undertaking, but it's worth it. Let's see. So do we want it to be like that, or do we want it to roll out a little bit further? You know what? Let's have it roll out a little bit further. So a lot of this build has been about sculpture. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, I'm effectively making a giant sculpture, and then I'm gonna make it fly, which is going to be awesome. But, so, I mean, really, if you guys have ever done any, like, major sculpting, you're gonna kind of know what I'm doing here-ish. This is a technique called Armature. It's super common whenever you're making anything big. You effectively fill the insides with, wire, and you use that as a replacement means of, like, replacement means of structural support. Because normally structures get really freaking heavy really freaking fast, and until you've, like, fired the clay and whatnot, you really don't have, like, much structural stability to work from. And it's a giant pain in the butt, and so the trick is you give it a understructure that can support its weight. Wire. Usually it's, like, some kind of thick gauge wire, and it's, you know, it's just kind of like a basic stick figure on the inside. And using this armature, your thing won't fall over generally, unless it's too big and too wet and too heavy and stuff like that, at which point, I don't know, not much that you can do apart from build smarter next time, doofus. I don't know why I'm being kind of snippy right now. I haven't eaten. Maybe that's it. Seems likely. Okay, but so what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of laying out like a basic form for this thing. It's not great. I'm not gonna deny there. Like, it doesn't look good yet. It probably won't look good ever-ish. But all I want is just to have the ability to, you know, just have like a little bit of a base here to work off of. I think this is probably a good enough armature. Just because we don't want to have the outside be too much of anything. Okay. So let's see. The one other consideration is I should probably actually have this thing... I don't know. It's, one unfortunate part of this is I want to put giant horns on this guy. And I could have them be duplicated, but they'd be coming out of the front. It'd almost be better if they came out of the, like, kind of, they'd be pushed in a little bit. It'd almost be better if they came off the sides. Now, I guess I could cut this in half. I mean, realistically, there's not really a whole lot of difference between, the two silhouettes here. So it might actually be easy to fix this up and make it work on both sides. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll make it work on both sides, and then we'll, like, cut it off and cut around it and stuff like that. Okay. So let's start covering the armature with clay, effectively. Yeah, it'll The only serious problem here that I'm seeing is there's going to be a couple of spots that we're going to have to remove the armature for, probably. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Either that or add whole extra layers here to get it working. I don't know. I'll think about it. Please, music, don't have just crapped out on me here. I like you. You're nice. Oh, you know, it might not be set to loop right now. Oh, that'd be inconvenient. Let's see. So we actually want to nix that, I think. Okay, music. Yeah. I set it to shuffle and loop, but apparently restarting your computer nixes that. All right, well that's fine. Okay, yeah, so let's keep covering this. So the entire eventual plan here is I'm gonna actually dig in from underneath and actually delete all of the boxes, because currently they're gonna weigh the whole build down, and we really don't want that. Unfortunately, I kind of feel like I need to delete these boxes ASAP, or build bigger than I have been building. What do we want to do? Let's build bigger. So we pretty much cover the boxes and then we cover the outside, because the alternative is I'm gonna have to be deleting boxes as I go along, and I don't really want to do that. I'm lazy. I'm really lazy, and I got better things to do than manage this too much. So yeah, it's not going to be the prettiest horn you ever did see, but it'll be something to kind of break up the flat top that we've got rolling up there, because it's not great, to be totally honest. I'm also tempted to actually extend this back pretty far. We'll see about that one once we get up top, I think. But for now, this'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to vary the form just a little bit here as well, just so it's got a bit of variety to it. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've done any kind of sculpting either. I'm realizing I'm just kind of in a I haven't done this in a long time, let's do it kind of phase. And I'm actually pretty okay with it. Like, it's fun to go back to things that I used to do when I was younger. I used to do a ton of sculpture, and so it's kind of enjoyable to do, well, sculpture again. Even if it's, you know, giant scrap behemoth sculpture nonsense, which is kind of its own thing entirely. Let's see. I don't entirely know what I want to do here. I'm gonna have to... Gonna have to cover with that, this, these. Yeah, let's gradate this down really hard. Can I do that? Okay, so let's do 3, 2... Do we want to do that, actually? It almost might be best if we actually did... Okay. Let's do... Let's figure this whole section out first. Because I pretty much have no choice here. Okay, so this is 3. Let's nix this. This will be 2. 1. Okay, so that's pretty much the tippy top for the time being. Okay, cool. Looks like we're gonna be able to get enough braces in here. I gotta figure everything out. Let's start cutting out boxes immediately, actually. Screw it. This is probably the wiser decision anyway, and I can start kind of interconnecting it around. Because, yeah, there's no reason why I should wait until the very end to dig out some of the boxes, when I can do it immediately. Okay. So we want things to kind of vary like this. Let me see. Bottom side of this is going to be a bit rough too, now that I'm looking at it. Well, I'll make it work. If I was to use ramps anywhere, this kind of would be the place. Now that I'm thinking, looking, whatevering at it. Just because ramps would actually be kind of helpful to get the proper curves here. Not that it really matters too much. So I'm going to fill in some of this just so we get the proper gradation that we want. There we go. Yeah, it looks a little... It looks chunky. Part of the problem is, part of the biggest problem is I actually made it even. And I don't really have a good solution for that apart from knocking it down to odd. Maybe? I don't know. I also need to go higher. I like the lift, but it really just doesn't it doesn't give me the room to maneuver that I need half the time. So let's just get rid of it. Unfortunately, this whole thing is also kind of blinding, which sucks in its own special way. Let's see. No. We needed that form. Okay, so we want to do that to... Is this 3? 3. Do we want that, though? No, that doesn't really curve in particularly well. That curves in particularly well. It's got kind of like a weird horn effect to it, but it looks nice enough. You know, let's actually take this off. The main problem is, unless I use ramps or whatever, this is, no matter what, gonna look a little funky. Not gonna deny that reality. Fill in some of these gaps and then close them off. But at least this will give us a shape that, you know, it'll give us a form that we can work with and say, yeah, we made like a giant demon horn thing. And it'll break up the top, and I don't know. I want this guy to be visually impressive when he shows up. I want everybody to be like, Wander, why did you make this? And I'm gonna be like, yes! And they're gonna be like, that's not an answer, and I'm gonna be like, yes! That's the goal here. I really wish there was a symmetry button in this game. Like, I've been playing Avorion lately. Obviously, I think I've mentioned this several times now. But that has the smartest building system I've seen in a, you know, a voxel builder ever. And it's so simple, and it's so clean, and it looks so good. And it bugs the hell out of me that, you know, this game, which is indisputably better, just in terms of, like, you know, fun and potential and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe. Some people will fight me tooth and nail on that one. But, like, this game has so much more, like, mechanical potential to it, that Avorion just lacks. But when it comes to just, like, ease of building, it just falls by the wayside so hard. I guess the one thing I could do is cross-sectionalize this and repaste every layer over on top of itself. But I don't think that actually... I don't think that'd be faster. Yeah, let's extend this around, just so we don't fall off. Okay, there we go. Let's see. That's good, right? Mostly? This is like super guesswork time to get symmetry looking right. Yeah, I'd love to actually stagger this here. But I guess there's really not much that I can do to get that functional. Okay, do we... We probably should. I want to stagger this. Kind of looks like I'm making... Is it, what, a cubert level? I think it's a cubert level. It's been a while. Okay. Actually, it's been never. I'd never played Q*bert, so very real possibility I'm getting this totally mistaken in my head. But yeah, we want to extend it down a fair bit here, just so we've got like a... like an even scale staircase. This way the horn kind of like steps out a little bit from the head. Okay, looking better. I'll have to figure out how to paint this too. Okay. Not that it's particularly difficult. Just like everything else with this build, time consuming. Okay, so something like a little bit shorter. Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'd use ramps, but I'm specifically staying very far away from ramps. As much as I love them, and as much as they make everything look hella sweet, we really don't want to use ramps here. We don't want to use ramps here because ramps would make it way heavier. Because like each of these is oh, the descriptions still aren't there. I want to say that they're like a 2/50th or something of a light block or something crazy like that, which is really light. The moment I start adding ramps on, my stuff starts getting substantially heavier and stuff like that. And then we have to worry so much more about balance. Yeah, speaking of balance, symmetry is my favorite thing. At least we've got, like, the core design, for the most part, down. And, I mean, if it's slightly unbalanced, it's not a big deal. It's going to be the same weight on both. But, yeah, this will give us just some extra texture on the top. And then I'm going to go paint the face, I think. Okay, idea time. I'm gonna extend this down so it's touching the ground. Okay, let's cut out the bottom. I've been trying to figure out ways that I can dupe this without too much issue. I think this might be it. So let's get rid of some of these basic platforms and stuff that we don't need right now anymore, whatever. And I'll work on it from below. This may or may not actually be as successful as I'd like it to be. Okay, I'll think on it. I'll work on it. Let's see. Let me see. So it goes... Let's give it some more body. We almost want to have it curve up. Okay, so is that's 3. That's 3. So 2, 1, and we'll just do 1s until it gets into the head, because there's nothing... Well, no, then it turns into a flat curve. Maybe we don't want that, so let's do 1, 1, 2. Yeah. This looks nicer. And then 3. And then 4. That way, it juts out and it looks really nice. Okay, so let's kind of do the same thing here. Cut that down maybe a little bit. Fill that in. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. Or how I'm doing any of this. Yeah, it really does seem like maybe doing the layer by layer cross-section welding could work. I think the only problem is, that'd be maybe just as time-consuming as building this properly. It's really hard to tell there. Maybe? I don't know. Well, let's cut a lot of these, like, hanging blocks down. We really don't need them. Because effectively, this is kind of where the horn terminates. You know, I can have some extra spare little bits here and there. But this is what we want. Yeah, maybe I just will fill it in and we'll just dupe the sides. It'll be time consuming and suck a bit. But I don't have a better way of handling the horn here. Do we do it? Yeah. The other thing is actually, yeah. This gives me the opportunity to make it odd. Odd width. Or have like a whole nother layer. I'm not entirely sure, but this will just be easier, faster, whatever. Mostly easier, faster, whatever. We just have to fill it in properly, and then make sure everything looks... Oh, good. We didn't delete the layer we wanted. I might almost actually want to make it thicker than this. Add, like, one more mid-layer. That could end up looking really nice. I guess I should probably fill in these sections first. Far before near. Otherwise, we'd run into issues. Okay, there we go. So what this does, it's going to be a little bit dense, and maybe I'll hollow it out after the fact. But, yeah, this would have been great if I had made every layer kind of separate-ish. Oh well. Too late for that now. Let's see. Guess I'll just do that. Yeah, this seems reasonable-ish. So we get this big horn thing. Yeah, let's go just a little bit further. Maybe one that juts out in one way but stays smooth on the back. Could work. This just gives us just a little bit more mass to work with and gives us kind of a nice smooth top. Eventually, maybe I'll put ramps on this thing. If I can beg Durf to make ultralight ramps or something. Yeah, actually, that would probably be exactly what would make me want to make this thing thicker. Let's hit just the corners here. Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this looks like a good shape. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt, but it'll be worth it. Okay. Luckily, painting it's rather easy, comparatively, too. Let's just start filling some of this stuff in, and we're good. Okay. Yeah, so we want to paint this, because if I'm going to be duping one side to the other, we pretty much don't want to... We don't want to lose any of that progress. I just gotta make sure the whole thing's painted. If it's not, then we're gonna have like weird spots here and there, which is super inconvenient. Okay. Let's see. That looks good. This looks good. Just last little section here. Alright, and I think it's totally painted. Okay, so now we want to cut the whole thing off. Luckily, that's pretty easy to do. Okay. You know, let's do a couple of fixed parts. Okay, that's good. So this gives us a nice big thing. So let's call this horn half. Half horn. Okay. So we want 2. Okay, so this is actually really easy to do. Why are... Oh, that's why you're tilted weird. Okay, so we're gonna do 1... Actually, this will be easiest if I actually paint it beforehand. Maybe I should have actually done that when I was doing the painting stage. So we're gonna paint half of it white. And leave the other half black. Reason why we want to do this way is I'm going to delete every white layer, and then we're going to save the black layer effectively. A couple of like missed spots, but it shouldn't be too hard to realize I've doofled if I do screw up. Okay, so what we can do is very gingerly cut every section loose. Only problem is very finicky if you do it wrong. Okay. Luckily, not too finicky. That's good. I really wish I could actually do this faster, but this is the only way I can think of copying and flipping something. Which is kind of annoying, actually. Okay. So now we want to do the same thing, except for this time around, we're gonna do... I guess, yeah, we'll just do the same thing. I should have saved it, actually. This time around, I'm going to delete all of the black layers. And that way we can differentiate all the parts by size. And that should solve issues. Let's see, so we've already got this. That's good. Okay, so yeah, this is probably the only way I can do this, and it's slow, it's time consuming, it's what I gotta do. Honestly, I can just get rid of this block. It's not gonna make much of a difference here. Oh, right. Can't be open space. I have to at least have my cursor over a block, otherwise it doesn't like it. Okay, there we go. Still on the lift. Actually makes this work fairly well. Okay. We're almost done. Just gotta keep up with it. Oh. Looks like we had some empty space there. Well, that's fine. Okay. In retrospect, I don't know if I needed the big one. Well, that's okay. All right, let's... Yeah, I don't think I needed the biggest layer. All right, let's weld this on properly. We'll probably start with the top. The top's probably the easiest to work with. Let me see. So we line it up right there. Okay, looks good. Yeah, the other nice thing is I can always just delete layers as needed. Right, so I'm gonna get rid of this cross section. Kind of looks like a dove. Or a dinosaur, actually. Totally looks like a dinosaur now that I'm looking at it. That's funny. Okay, so now we gotta figure out where this one welds on. Oh, I'm grabbing from the wrong side. I'm thinking right there. Yeah, right in the middle of the big blank spot. Right there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so far so good. Grab you. I gotta paint this first. I'm not gonna be able to see welding at all. Otherwise. And I'm gonna leave the big hole in there, because we want it to stay even. Even if I was originally trying to get everything correct and filled in whatever, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so I'm thinking it's right here. Let's make sure. Yep, down one. So right there. Yep, looks good. I can still grab it. That's got to be it. Yeah. All right. We're over the hump, and we're almost done with the horn. And then we can just weld this sucker on and generally have minimal issues. Okay, let's set them all up now that I'm thinking about it. It'll make my life easier. Let's paint them over here too. In retrospect, I could have put numbers on them, but honestly, it's not too big of a deal. It's probably right there. So 2 from the top, and then 2 over. So right there. Yep. And honestly, if there's a bit of a mistake, whatever. We deal. Okay, then this one... goes where? Okay, then you goes. Fortunately, it's a bit hard to tell where some of these fit together, so I think it's right there. Yeah, we do end up with this kind of awkward spot, but that can be fixed real easy, like. Or did I do that wrong? I have no idea. And you know what, at this point, don't care. Probably should care. Okay, so it lines up perfectly on the front here. So we want to do that. No, we don't. We want to keep that there. Because this welds there, and then we put that there, and we're good. Okay, so I think the horns are good. So this is the whole completed thing. There's not really a better way for me to do this, I think. Unless, I mean, the one thing we could actually do is... get rid of that here. Let's do that. Yeah, I like that better. That's a much better silhouette for a horn. Okay, so now we gotta get 2 of them. And I gotta figure out how to get them Okay. Getting these horns up might actually be the hardest part. Or the easiest. Let's see if I can cut corners really hard. No. I'm not going to be able to. So, we might be able to just weld it to the top of the head, but I gotta get this platform rolling, probably. Let's see. I want to flip it over. I want to flip it over just a bit closer, too, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so should be a lot easier. Getting these on. Just gotta... Get this. Okay, let's delete this. Alright, makes it easy to get up. And I'm going to extend this forward just a little bit. Okay, can I go up? We're not going to impact. Nope, we're not. And I should be able to... I can't reach. Okay, let's make another staircase. Yeah, the eyebrows are in the way. Should probably paint the top of this, just so I can see kind of what I'm doing. Unfortunately, Durf picked the kind of worst cream color here. Not really his fault. But it's a bit hard to see around. Okay, let's, yeah, all I have to do is just jump at the very tail end here, and we'll be good. Okay, now I can see where I'm aiming. Let's hope this works. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare annoyance. I mean, the other thing is we could just put it on a stick, carry it up to the top, and try and weld it on once we're already up there. I don't know. We'll find out. I think I'm also going to have to work on blending it in with the eyebrows a little bit, but... Okay. Come on, you big lunk. Weld on the first scrap. Don't have enough reach. Let's see. So this is the maximum range. I'm just gonna... At some point I should actually probably design a scaffold. Like a just straight up scaffolding system. To apply to every future build that I ever work on. Whenever I'm trying to go big. That'd actually be, like, super handy. Okay. Just gonna fill this in. We don't want it to impact too much on the staircase. Okay. Ah, come on. There we go. Okay, so let's try this again. Actually, I should probably summon up another horn before we do, because I want this lift to mostly stay in position for this entire section. Okay, there we go. And it's probably close enough. Hope it's close enough. Alright, so let's grab a horn. And everybody cross your butts. Ah, crap. Why did we suddenly, like... I don't know what it is. Oh, right. I go slowly upstairs. I misjudged my, my potential speed here. Okay. Balls. Because it should just work like this. Oh. Sure. I got some parts to cut off and things to work with, but gives him a giant, gnarly little horn. I'll have to, like, divot his head around a little bit, too, and maybe make it a bit bigger. But it works. Alright, so we gotta figure out measurements, so we can do that twice. Okay. So it's 3 from the top and 8 from the other side. I really should extend this over just a little bit more, shouldn't I? What? Oh, come on. Oh, it's the pole to quote-unquote hold it up. Okay, so 3 from the top and wow, I got it right. That's funny. Okay, let's go get the other one and hope it welds on. I mean, I might be able to do some like rotational tricks, get it fitted, whatever. But yeah, then we're gonna go cut off the chaff and get this to weld onto the eyebrow a little bit better than it does, because currently it looks a little goofy. Like he's got, like, dumb hair or something. And you know what? Maybe he just does have dumb hair. But I'd still prefer it if it fit-ish. Or I should have just made these bigger entirely. Ah, yes. I might be able to just rotate it or something. Somebody once said, if all it takes is like just a bit of rotation, and you'll be good to go. If this doesn't work... Oh. Oh. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. Actually, we should probably back it off from the face a little bit, just in case. I don't think that'd cause any collision issues, but maybe it will. Yeah, the other thing is we might have to... Well, you know, that could work too, actually, if we picked a different spot. We might have to rotate all of Ultra-Slugula. We might have to do a wide variety of things. I really should make these staircases a bit wider. I'm just kind of impatient. Okay, right. Gotta ascend. Come on, work this time. Damn it. I don't know. I'll get this on next time. We're getting there. We really are. I just... It looks dumb. Maybe I should make him like a unicorn or something. I mean, honestly, it looks okay. I just have to divot the head around a little bit and maybe mess with the sides. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but either way, it's not going to weld right now, and that's kind of a pain in the butt that I'm not happy about. Good. We can delete these. Might as well get rid of some of the chaff that's just sitting around for the time being. But yeah, either way, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Scrap Mechanic. I'll get it working. I'll probably weld the horn on before the episode. I might even blend it, because I'd like to spend the next episode. Actually working on, you know, the nuts and bolts, the flying mechanic, instead of, you know, cosmetic stuff on the outside that may or may not look good. You know what? The horn's growing on me. I wish they were bigger, but mainly I think I just need to blend them into the rest of the shape better, and that'll take a little while. I don't know. Either way, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.